Arsenal have gone ahead to make a shocking Nketiah decision. It's a transfer decision that Arsenal have gone ahead to make that most of you are really going to get to hear about for the very first time here onto the Rokani Media Football. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Man City has gone ahead to win by 2-0. They are ahead of Arsenal, 40 points, but Man City have gone ahead to really get more points than more goal difference than Arsenal. Aston Villa is having 42 points. Now they are joint top with Liverpool, so that piles more pressure onto Arsenal to come in through and obviously put in a shift. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And Rokani David is my name. You can as well call me RD. Pep Guardiola has come out and really spoken about the return of Kevin De Bruyne, and the manager of Aston Villa, that is Emery, formerly at Arsenal, has come out and really addressed their late win against Burnley at the Villa Park. Having gone ahead to drop points at Old Trafford, it looked like they are going to drop more too, but it never really went out that way. Let's start it off with the man himself, known as Sammy Mikbol, confirming to us that Crystal Palace are interested in Nketiah but have an initial inquiry turned down by Arsenal. Mail Sport understands that Palace have been informed that as things stand, Nketiah is not available during the January transfer window. And this is where, as an Arsenal fan, is going to get shocked. Why would a team like Arsenal keep Nketiah? Because Arsenal should be having centre forwards in the same ilk, all better than Gabriel Jesus. You need an equivalent to Gabriel Jesus, or a striker better than Gabriel Jesus. That is it. But if Arsenal have gone ahead to decide to see it that they obviously keep Nketiah with them, yet teams have been really showing a lot of interest to sign Nketiah, then that is really unacceptable. One of the things I really believe is that Nketiah is a good striker, but not at Arsenal, because Arsenal needs a striker who is going to push Gabriel Jesus to put in more goals and put in better performances than those. And on any day, Gabriel Jesus will go to his bed when tomorrow is the match day, knowing that I'm gonna start, unless I'm sick, unless it's the FA Cup, unless it's the Carabao Cup, unless it's the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, or a game like in the Champions League where Arsenal is already gonna hit to qualify. That's when he's not gonna play. But if at all he's 100% fit, he knows that I'm going to play. So he needs a center forward who is really going to come in through and really push him to the max. And knowing that he can even dislodge him out of that starting position of Arsenal. And that striker is not Nketiah. And I don't really see why Arsenal are keeping Nketiah onto themselves. I really understand the situation that he's one of those players that are going to have to qualify or really grow or pass through all the ranks of the academy of Arsenal, and now is into the first team. But he's not what you need. He's not what you need. You get? You need a better striker. And I've always told you that if Arsenal to get in a striker, Nketiah has to leave. Because if Arsenal get in a second striker, maybe like Ivan Toney or Santiago or Victor Osimhen, this guy is not going to play any minute. Nketiah. So that shows you that there is some incompetency at Arsenal, you know, because if you're going to play in the Champions League and you really need another striker that, if at all Gabriel Jesus really gets an injury, can really carry you until Gabriel Jesus returns, you can't stay with Nketiah. You need to obviously go on the table, discuss with Crystal Palace, tell them the amount of money that you need, tell them how much they're willing to offer, and sell off this player. Because players like Ivan Toney are available. You know, if you get like £40 million from the sale of Nketiah, then that means you can easily negotiate a deal with the team to get another striker. That is it. And already you have Leandro Trossard and Kai Havertz. They can also lead the line, meaning that you can even say, all right, I'm going to really let Nketiah go and go for a player like Douglas Luiz and strengthen my midfield. So Nketiah is a player that is not Arsenal levels. Let's all admit. Let's all admit. And the moment Arsenal realize it, the earlier the better. But if at all they keep on really keeping him around, expecting that he's going to obviously become better, he has hit his prime. He's 26 years of age, I think. So if he's that age, then he needs to obviously leave the club of Arsenal, because his productivity is banger average, and he doesn't need to be at Arsenal. He needs to find a better place for him to suit. If it's Crystal Palace, if it's West Ham, if there is any other team that can come in through and you obviously cash out for this guy, Arsenal should cash in and really looking for something possible. But on the other side, you can also look at exactly what that team really brings onto the table. And what does it bring on the table, especially when they keep him? Maybe they want to really keep him until the summer because they know he might really score 20 goals a season. He can. Like he went ahead to score a hat-trick against Sheffield. He can get like 2 hat-tricks, and that will take his season to 12 goals. And then he can collect 8 goals from the Champions League, FA Cup, and the Premier League. And then he hit 20 goals a season. And if at all you are selling a 20-goal season striker, that means you are obviously going to see yourself really having or getting in some huge amount of money because strikers are really very expensive, And maybe they might even be looking at maybe swapping him with Brentford to obviously give them Nketiah, and they really get Ivan Toney and add on some money. So maybe they're having a better calculation for the club, but wait and see how things are going to pan out because they might make a turnaround in the January transfer window and say, all right, we are willing to sell Eddie Nketiah. How much money are you getting us? Or they tell Brentford, we are giving you Eddie Nketiah, and how much do you want us to really top onto your deal? You get? That is it. And then Fabrizio Romano came in through and obviously put in a very huge update about Eddie Nketiah. He said there is speculation about Eddie Nketiah's future at Arsenal. Interest has always been there from 5 to 6 Premier League clubs, and I'm told also Bundesliga clubs. It's no more as Eddie Nketiah is a very good striker, but Arsenal are still happy with Nketiah. They are currently no concrete or advanced negotiations. I think it could only change with a very important proposal, but at this stage, Arsenal are not desperate to sell Nketiah at all. So, Fabrizio Romano is also going to hit to confirm to us that Arsenal are not desperate to sell Eddie Nketiah. They are not willing to obviously let him go and see how things really pan out for the club of Arsenal. So, they still love Eddie Nketiah, they believe in him, and they see a lot of potential in him. That shows you the top of standards at the club of Arsenal. If you're going to hit to start signing players like Kai Havertz, players like Declan Rice, Julian Timber, you need to obviously get in players that match the wavelength of their ability and quality. So I think Arteta needs some time to obviously make a decision on this guy, but I see no future for him at Arsenal. And the more Arsenal really keep him around, Jesus won't improve to the next level because Jesus needs a competitor. He needs a competitor, and his competitor is not Eddie Nketiah because Eddie Nketiah is really banger average when it comes to the performances he puts in to obviously take on this man known as Gabriel Jesus. So wait and see how that pans out because in the transfers everything is possible. Right now we might think that he cannot really cross from Arsenal to any other side, and time will reach when Arsenal are going to have to find a fantastic price for this guy, and he'll be really willing to obviously find himself really gate over the mark. So that is it coming in through from Eddie Nketiah, and Arsenal are not willing to sell Eddie Nketiah. That's why I'm going to have to call it a shocking transfer decision because there are strikers in this world that are really at £30 million and are really better than this guy. It's a fact. There is it Santiago, who plays for Feyenoord, is better than Eddie Nketiah. Very many strikers. Solanke is better than Eddie Nketiah, I tell you. He's better than Eddie Nketiah. Ask yourself, Solanke right now is going to hit, obviously, is it 11 goals? And has Eddie Nketiah ever going to hit to score those goals in his season? That is the big question. Ask yourself that question. When you get an answer, then you obviously come here and mark me right or wrong. But the fact is, Solanke is better than Eddie Nketiah because Solanke is playing for Bournemouth. You get? Dominic Solanke is playing for Bournemouth. And Eddie Nketiah has ever gone ahead to play for another side. That is West Ham. I remember. How many goals did he score at West Ham when he was there on loan? But Solanke is playing for Bournemouth. He's having 12 goals and 1 assist this season. So it shows you exactly how this guy is and how good quality he obviously possesses. When you look at Eddie Nketiah, when he really went ahead to play for West Ham, I think he played for Leeds. He had a chance to play for Leeds in 2019-2020, and he really had 17 matches and scored 3 goals. You get? And now, for the this guy's gonna have to play, I think, 17, 18 games. He has 12 goals, meaning that Nketiah has been tried elsewhere on loan, but he hasn't gonna have to perform very, very well. So let's go to the game today. Man City have gonna have to win by 2, I think 2-0. It was Julian Alvarez and Rodri scoring very beautiful goals. And Pep Guardiola has gonna hate to say the following about Kevin De Bruyne, because today we saw him really try to warm up, and he has gonna hate to say the following to the fans of Manchester City, that we've been waiting a long time for him. He came for the trophies today, for the picture, to realize when to warm up and how the people support him, and look forward to seeing him again. Maybe Newcastle, he'll be ready. So the manager of Manchester City has confirmed us that he just came on through to be on the bench. No intent. There was no intent for Kevin De Bruyne to obviously come on the field of play and play, but today they've gonna hate to really take a photo with the players of the are they 6? I think there are 5 trophies they've gonna hate to win, and this is where the guy really came on through. But he had some time to obviously warm up, and the fans were really totally happy, and they really went ahead to welcome him back in a lot of hails, and they applauded his return like never before. That is the man himself, known as Kevin De Bruyne. And Kevin De Bruyne is going to hit to obviously put up a show, and he's being waited, because for him, stats have always gone ahead to really liberate him. The statistics have gone ahead to liberate him better and better and better. He has kept on becoming a better player each and every game. He obviously showcases up onto the field of play. The other team that has gone ahead to win is Aston Villa, and they left it late, by the way. It was a penalty converted by Douglas Luiz that resulted into what you saw today, and this penalty really saw that game go 3-2 in favor of a team known as Aston Villa. The manager, Unai Emery, has gone ahead to obviously put out a statement after that hard-fought late win for Aston Villa. He said, "It's difficult. It's a lot of games for the players. Too many. They are at risk of some injuries. I can give my opinion. It's difficult for the players. Lots of games have players injured, and maybe more than normal. But I'm fed up of hearing players that they are playing very many games. Since when? Ever since I started supporting football, I've seen players playing the Champions League, and they've been 13 matches. Play in the Premier League, those are 38 matches, right? Play in the Carabao Cup, play in the FA Cup, and they go for the international break. Now, when I see players complaining that they are playing very many games, all this was brought up by COVID, because when COVID came in through, players never went ahead to obviously rest enough. That is it. I think COVID was the problem. But if players continue really complaining of the number of games that they're really playing, I don't find it prudent. I find it as an excuse. You get? One, you are expected to be having a squad of like 30 players, meaning that 25, are supposed to be coming in through from those ones we're going to hate to buy. And the academy should also be really pampered up, meaning that you should be having players ready to coming in from the academy. So that is really one of the things that people don't really see and don't really anticipate. So I don't want to see this man really crying and acting like a crybaby in this situation. We expect better and better and better and better from a manager like him. So guys, your thoughts onto Nketiah shocking transfer decision taken by Arsenal are welcome to the comment section below. What do you make about Kevin De Bruyne's return, acknowledged by the manager himself? That is none other than Pep Guardiola, and the man himself, Unai Emery, telling us why Aston Villa struggling the previous 3 games. Out of the possible 9 points, they're going to hit to gate 4, lost to Manchester United and draw to Sheffield. And today, they almost lost by a whisker. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, my mates.